12 unelected monkeys decide if you can afford a tree. Let's talk about that. Old Monkey has a question for you. Simple question. Who decides how much your bananas are worth? Not you. Not market. Not supply and demand. Not really. 12 monkeys. Sitting in big stone building. No monkey voted for them. No monkey elected them. No monkey chose them. But those 12 monkeys decide everything. They decide if you can buy a tree. They decide if your savings grow or rot. They decide if companies hire or fire. They decide if economy breathes or chokes. This building has name. Monkeys call it Federal Reserve. Old Monkey calls it what it is. Most powerful machine in jungle. And most misunderstood. Today, Old Monkey explains Fed. No fancy words. No economist smoke. Just truth. Plain as bark on tree. 8 minutes. That's all Monkey needs. Year 1913. So jungle had problem. Big problem. Banks kept dying. One bank would fail, monkeys would panic, run to other bank. That bank would fail too. Chain reaction. Dominoes made of trust. Once trust breaks, everything breaks. So smart monkeys in suits said jungle needs a central cave. One cave above all caves. Cave that never runs out of bananas. Cave that can lend to any bank when panic hits. That is Federal Reserve. Lender of last resort. Banker of bankers. The cave behind all caves. But Fed is not one monkey. Fed is system. 12 regional caves spread across jungle. New York cave is biggest, loudest, most powerful, and at top sits Board of Governors. 7 monkeys appointed by Monkey President, confirmed by Monkey Senate. Then there's FOMC, Federal Open Mouth Committee. Old Monkey calls it that because when FOMC speaks, entire jungle listens. 12 members, they meet 8 times per year, behind closed doors. And they make one decision that shakes every tree in jungle. They set the price of borrowing bananas. Imagine jungle has one lever, just one. And this lever controls temperature of entire economy. Lever has name. Federal funds rate. Sounds boring. Is not boring. Is most important number in world. When Fed pushes lever down, borrowing bananas is cheap. Banks lend easy. Monkey can buy tree with almost no extra cost. Companies borrow, hire, expand. Economy runs hot. Everyone feels rich. Party starts. When Fed pulls lever up, borrowing bananas is expensive. Banks tighten grip. That tree you wanted now costs 30% more in interest alone. Companies stop hiring. Spending slows, party ends, hangover begins. Think about this carefully. One number, decided by 12 monkeys, controls whether you get a job, a house, or a future. Fed doesn't set your mortgage rate directly, but your mortgage rate follows Fed rate like baby monkey follows mother. Fed moves, market follows. Always. In 2020, Fed pushed lever to floor. Rate was 0. Free bananas everywhere. Monkeys went crazy. Bought everything. Trees, rocks, digital drawings of rocks. Everything pumped. In 2022, Fed pulled lever up, fast and hard. Fastest in 40 years. And jungle screamed, that's the lever. That's the game. But wait. Fed has second power. Darker power. Power that most monkeys don't understand until it's too late. Fed can create bananas from thin air. Not real bananas. Green paper bananas. Unlimited supply. No tree needed. No labor needed. Just decision and a printer. Here's how machine works. Fed wants to pump bananas into jungle. Fed goes to big banks, says give Old Monkey your government bonds. Old Monkey gives you fresh bananas in return. Poof. New bananas exist that did not exist yesterday. This is called quantitative easing. Fancy name for printing. Reverse works too. Fed says, give bananas back, here's your bonds. Bananas disappear. This is quantitative tightening. Fancy name for unprinting. In 2008, Fed printed like there was no tomorrow. In 2020, Fed printed even harder. In 2 years, Fed created more bananas than in previous 100 years combined. More bananas chasing same number of trees. Price of everything goes up. Your savings buy less every single day. That burning feeling when you go to market and bananas cost twice what they cost last year, that is not greedy merchants. That is not supply chain. That is your savings being diluted. Monkey didn't spend more. Monkey's bananas just became worth less. Fed calls it monetary policy. Old Monkey calls it invisible tax. Tax nobody voted for. Now here's where it gets cruel. Fed has two jobs, only two. Congress gave Fed two commands in 1977. Job one, keep prices stable. Don't let bananas get too expensive too fast. Target is 2% inflation per year. That's the rule. Job two, maximum employment. Keep monkeys working. If monkeys lose jobs, economy dies. Sounds simple, is impossible because the two jobs fight each other. If Fed keeps rates low to help monkeys find work, prices rise. Inflation eats savings. Old monkeys suffer, poor monkeys suffer most. If Fed raises rates to kill inflation, companies freeze. Layoffs start. Young monkeys can't find first job. Fed is monkey on tightrope. You lean too far left, inflation burns jungle. Lean too far right, recession freezes it. And here's dirty secret. Fed always has bias. When crisis hits, Fed always prints, always saves banks first. Rich monkeys own assets. When Fed prints, asset prices rise. Rich monkey gets richer. Poor monkey gets inflation. Nobody says this out loud in stone building, but every monkey in jungle feels it. This is called Cantillon Effect. First monkeys to touch new bananas benefit most. Last monkeys to receive them pay higher prices with no extra bananas. Guess which monkey you are? Question. Old monkey hears most. Is Fed part of government? Answer is strange. Fed is and isn't. Hybrid creature. Born from Congress, but answers to nobody day to day. President appoints chair, but cannot fire chair for disagreeing. Congress can audit, but rarely does. Wall Street has more influence on Fed than voter ever will. Chair of Fed is most powerful economic monkey alive, more powerful than Treasury Secretary, arguably more powerful than President on economic matters. When Fed chair speaks, markets move in seconds. Trillions shift on one sentence. One monkey, one microphone. Trillions in motion. This independence is feature, not bug, Fed supporters say. If politicians controlled money printer, they'd print before every election. Buy votes with inflation. Short-term gain, long-term ruin. Critics say independence is illusion. Fed protects banks. Fed protects system. System benefits those already atop. Both are right. Both are incomplete. That's the tension. That's the trap. Nobody has clean answer because there is no clean answer. Old Monkey did not explain Fed for academic exercise. Us Old Monkey explained Fed because right now, in 2026, lever is moving again. Debt of monkey government is mountain that touches clouds. Interest payments alone eat more bananas than defense budget. Every time Fed keeps rates high, government bleeds. Every time Fed cuts rates, inflation risk returns. Monkey who doesn't understand Fed makes financial decisions blind, buys tree at worst time, sells in panic at worst price, saves in currency that melts, borrows when rates peak. Monkey who understands Fed sees pattern, sees when lever moves before crowd reacts, doesn't predict future but reads the present better than any monkey in jungle. You don't need to beat the Fed, you just need to stop ignoring it. 12 monkeys in stone building will meet again soon. They will move the lever. Markets will react. Your mortgage, your job, your savings, your rent, all will feel it. Question is not whether lever moves. Question is whether you're paying attention when it does. Old Monkey has spoken. Now go study the lever.